Before Germany existed, Central Europe was a crossroads for ancient peoples, hunter-gatherers, Neanderthals, and early farmers. Over thousands of years, these communities evolved, building the first settlements and laying the roots of civilization. By the Iron Age, the Celts dominated, skilled in metalwork, and organized into tribal societies led by chieftains and druids. Their hilltop oppida became centers of trade and power, leaving traces still found in southern and western Germany. But from the north, Germanic tribes, like the Cherushi and Suebi, began moving south, clashing and mingling with the Celts. The Romans would later call them the Germani, but they were a patchwork of fiercely independent groups. This era was marked by migration, conflict, and cultural exchange, as Germanic tribes gradually pushed the Celts westward. The landscape was a mosaic of dense forests and tribal territories, described by Roman writers as wild and untamed. Here, the foundations of the future German nation were forged, not by borders, but by shifting alliances and the sword. The stage was set for centuries of transformation. The heart of Europe was alive with movement, shaping the people who would one day become Germans. The Romans arrived in the 1st century BC, pushing their empire to the Rhine, a boundary between Roman order and the wilds of Germania Magna. Determined to conquer, they built forts and launched campaigns deep into Germanic lands, but their ambitions ended in disaster. In 9 AD, Arminius led a coalition of Germanic tribes to annihilate 3 Roman legions in the Teutoburg forest, halting Roman expansion. The Rhine and Danube became the permanent frontiers, shaping the destiny of the region. For centuries, this border was a zone of trade, cultural exchange, and military tension. Roman goods flowed in, Germanic warriors served as auxiliaries, and cities like Cologne flourished as Roman outposts. Yet, the Germanic tribes remained outside direct Roman control, developing their own identities. The frontier was a place of constant interaction, not isolation. Roman influence lingered, but the seeds of a distinct Germanic world had been sown. The legacy of this borderland would echo through the ages. The stage was set for new powers to rise from the shadows of empire. As the Roman Empire weakened, waves of migration swept across Europe, redrawing its map. Germanic tribes like the Goths and Vandals moved into Roman lands, while new groups filled the vacuum in Central Europe. The Franks, expanding from the Lower Rhine, built a powerful kingdom under King Clovis, who converted to Catholic Christianity, blending Germanic, Roman, and Christian traditions. Francia became the most stable successor to Rome, its heartland straddling the old frontier. Other tribes, Saxons, Alemanni, Bavarians, carved out their own realms, resisting or joining the Frankish expansion. The old order was gone, replaced by a patchwork of kingdoms and cultures. The stage was set for unification under a single extraordinary ruler. From the Frankish kingdom emerged Charlemagne, crowned emperor in 800, reviving the idea of a Christian empire in the West. His reign united much of Europe, promoted learning, and tried to create a stable Christian realm. But after his death, tradition split the empire among his heirs, leading to civil wars and fragmentation. The Treaty of Verdun in 843 divided the realm, with East Francia, the ancestor of modern Germany, emerging as a key power. The imperial crown passed to its rulers, and in 962, Otto the Firm was crowned emperor, marking the true start of the Holy Roman Empire. This empire was never centralized. It was a patchwork of duchies, cities, and churchlands under an elected emperor. Fragmentation became the defining feature of German history. Local rulers held real power, while the emperor's authority was often symbolic. The legacy of Charlemagne's division shaped Germany for centuries. Unity remained elusive, but the idea of empire endured. The Holy Roman Empire would dominate Central Europe for generations. The Holy Roman Empire was a land of contrasts, prestigious, yet deeply fragmented. Emperors balanced power with regional dukes and princes, who often acted as independent rulers. The investiture controversy with the papacy over church appointments weakened imperial authority further. Despite political chaos, German lands flourished. Cities grew rich through trade, especially the Hanseatic League, and eastward expansion founded new towns. Cathedrals soared, universities thrived, and courtly literature blossomed, forging a vibrant culture. A common language and shared traditions gave Germans a sense of identity beyond political borders. Local pride ran deep, but a cultural unity persisted. The empire was a mosaic, divided yet bound by heritage. The Reformation shattered religious unity, as Martin Luther's challenge to the Catholic Church spread across Germany. Princes seized the chance to assert independence, dividing the empire along Protestant and Catholic lines. Decades of tension erupted in 1618 into the 30 Years' War, a brutal conflict fought mostly on German soil. Armies ravaged the land, and the population plummeted from famine, disease, and violence. The Peace of Westphalia in 1648 ended the war, recognizing religious divisions and granting sovereignty to hundreds of German states. The Holy Roman Empire became a hollow shell, a loose confederation with little real unity. The scars of war would shape Germany's future. After the war, the Holy Roman Empire was a patchwork of weak states, but new powers emerged. Austria's Habsburgs dominated the south, while Brandenburg Prussia rose in the north, building a disciplined army and efficient state. Frederick the Great's victories made Prussia a force to be reckoned with, setting up a rivalry with Austria for dominance. This dualism defined German politics for a century: Catholic, multinational Austria versus dynamic, Protestant Prussia. Meanwhile, the Enlightenment sparked a golden age of German philosophy, literature, and music, forging a powerful cultural identity. Germans were divided politically, but united by ideas and creativity. The question of unity would soon come to the fore. The French Revolution and Napoleon's conquests shattered the old German order, dissolving the Holy Roman Empire in 1806. Napoleon's dominance sparked German nationalism and a longing for unity. After his defeat, the Congress of Vienna created a loose German confederation, but real unity remained elusive. The 1848 revolutions failed to unite Germany through liberal ideals. Instead, Prussia's Otto von Bismarck used blood and iron to achieve unification. Through 3 wars, against Denmark, Austria, and France, Bismarck forged a new German empire. In 1871, the German Empire was proclaimed at Versailles, with the Prussian king as Kaiser. Germany was finally united, but under Prussian leadership and military power. The dream of unity had become reality, by force, not consensus. A new era had begun, with Germany poised to become a major European power. The consequences would be profound. The unified German Empire became an industrial giant, rivaling Britain in steel, chemicals, and engineering. Rapid growth brought wealth and social tensions as the working class demanded rights. Bismarck introduced pioneering social welfare, but after his dismissal, Kaiser Wilhelm II pursued aggressive foreign policies. Germany's naval buildup and imperial ambitions fueled rivalries, especially with Britain. A web of alliances and rising nationalism set the stage for disaster. In 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand triggered World War I. The war devastated Germany, millions died, and the nation starved under blockade. Defeat led to the Kaiser's abdication and the harsh Treaty of Versailles, which imposed crippling reparations and territorial losses. The treaty was seen as a humiliation, breeding resentment and instability. The Weimar Republic struggled to survive in the shadow of defeat. The seeds of an even greater tragedy had been sown.